Hi, oh God. Alright, gotta clear my throat. Pull this back a bit. There you go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole, here with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, and with Wade Barrett. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we don't not know what we're going to see here today, but we guess it's going to be something good. We know that, Michael Cole says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Autolycus says. We're going to have a good show here today. We're going to have a good match or a good fight here today, Autolycus says. Wade Barrett said, is that what Xena, Autolycus says, well, is that what Xena and Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Godzilla told you to say? And we're going to have a good match, a good show today. And we don't even know what match we don't even know what match or fight we're going to have, Wade Barrett says. Well, Michael Cole said, no need who told him to say it, or he said himself. Looks like we're going to get Medusa here. So, Medusa said, I apparently heard that Sami Zayn is sobbing about how he didn't become the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter in WWE. Sobbing about how he did not become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. About how he worked so hard, but the only things he ever won was the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings one time and only, in a free time WWE Interland fighter. And that was it. And how he went from NXT to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown. And nothing really seemed to shift for him. Well, I can tell you what, Sami Zayn, things aren't going to get any more smooth for you. You know, things are going to get a lot more worse. You see, Sami Zayn, you've done a lot of shit to a lot of folks over the years, and very few folks are very forgiving for it. You were friends and foes and friend and foe with Kevin Owens so many times that Kevin Owens himself told you he was done with you months ago, but somehow in your mind you believe that he's going to forgive you. I mean, when you think of it, Sami Zayn, you really don't got anything to offer anyone, to give anyone. All you are is just some, what the shit that in your song. And everybody think you were so cool because back in the day when you were an ROH, you were Elkin Generico and you were this hot, you were a idol yourself. But at the end of the day, nothing good came out of it. You didn't do anything much. And sadly, Sami Zayn, it seems that you're handicapped in more ways than one. Oh, is that right, huh, Medusa? That I'm handicapped, that I'm weakened in some way? Well, tell me, how am I weakened? Yeah, it is true that I only won the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings from Adrian Neville, held it for a month, then lost it to Kevin Owens. It's true I only won the WWE Interland winnings at least 3 times. Yeah, it's true. It's the only things I ever did when in my whole calling in WWE. It's true I went from NXT to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown so many times. It's true I thought I was going to win the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings from Roman Reigns. But sadly it didn't work out for me. But I learned all his weaknesses. And yes, I did wrong Kevin Owens many times in the past. And that's my doing. I gotta man up to it. And I gotta know that Kevin Owens is never gonna forgive me for all the things I said and did. And I know that at the end of the day, I might not be really that outstanding. But I'm gonna tell you something, Medusa. You're not really that outstanding yourself. You can shift folks into stone. Folks and beings into stone. Oh, wow. Like that's something to be so on look for. You know what I do? You know what I do when I'm not wrestling? Well, I help out folks. I help out fellow middle, Eastern folk who are having hang-ups, losing everything because of bullshit wars. That's what I help do. And somehow, since my forekin were Syrian folk, and somehow that's made me a blacklist to some lands like Salby land. I can't go to those shows because of my forekin are Syrian folk. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. You could say what you want to say, but you know what? You're never going to shame me or put me down. No one can do that. I'm the only one that can shame myself. I'm the only one that can guilt myself. And one day I will work hard. And one day I will become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. I will become the WWE heavyweight or world heavyweight fighter. It will happen. Well, today Michael Cole said it seems Medusa wanted to shame and guilt Sami Zayn for things he did or did not do. I don't know why she did. Well, I could tell, Michael Cole said, but Medusa has really no right to be shaming and guilting anyone for any wrongdoing, because she's guilty of doing things wrong herself, Michael Cole says. Yes, she is, Wade Barrett said. All men and women are sinners. Very few of us become outlaws. But Medusa probably doesn't have any right to be guilting and shaming Sami Zayn for anything, when we all know she's guilty of stuff herself. Wade Barrett said, yeah, I'm not going to go and talk about how everyone's a sinner and how very few folks become outlaws. But yeah, I think if you're going to be shaming or guilting or scathing someone for something they did that was either wrong or sinful or unlawful, then I think you got to get right with yourself, Wade Barrett says first. Sami Zayn, Garuva kicked it. Sami Zayn taking Medusa and dropping her in the steeple over there. Now Sami Zayn's getting ready for the Garuva kick, or whatever he calls that hold, Michael Cole said. This is the hold, Autolycus said, that made Sami Zayn the WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. That made him a three-time WWE Interland fighter, Autolycus said. Yeah, that may have been what made him win all those winnings those times, Wade Barrett said. But most of the time it's what have you done for me lately, not what you have done in the past. Wade Barrett says. 1, 2. No, Sami Zayn's not done yet. Sami Zayn's picking up Medusa again and puts her on the other side. And then with the Fight Lord's down, Sami Zayn just kicks her down again. Michael Cole says. Well, Autolycus says, I guess Sami Zayn must be done with her now. He wants to end the match, end the fight now. Wade Barrett said, Sami Zayn, it's what you've done lately for folks, not what you did in the past, Wade Barrett says. And you haven't really done anything cool lately except get your first WWE song back. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has beat Medusa here today on Friday Night Smackdown and getting even for the scathing, shaming, guilting things that Medusa has said about Sami Zayn, which she had no business to do so, Michael Cole said. Yeah, you got that right, Autolycus says. What business or right did Medusa have to be scathing and shaming and guilting Sami Zayn for all the things that he did that was wrong? It wasn't the time or the stead to bring any of that up, Autolycus said. I can tell you one thing, Wade Barrett said. It might not always be the time. It might not be the stead. But at the end of the day, every man and woman can be guilted and shamed and scathed for things they do that are either right or what they do is wrong. You know, no man or woman is sinless. All men and women are sinners, but through God and Jesus, we get our sins forgiven and taken on and cleaned away. Very few of us become outlaws, Wade Barrett says. But I don't know why Medusa picked this time or this stead to do it. Well, speaking of that, Gene Okerlund now is going to be talking with Sami Zayn after this. Boostering on look yielded for by the following. Do you want Milky Ways, but you don't want the big ones? You want the smaller little ones? The ones that have less sweethearts in them? The ones that got less strength in them? Well, you can go pick yourself up Milky Way Smalls. At many shops sell them. There, the worst might be sundriest, the sales toll might be sundriest, but you can pick these up at any shop. Any food shop. Alright, Michael Cole. I'm going to be talking with Sami Zayn here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Sami Zayn, you have shifted your life around, and you're now back to atoning for things you said and did that were wrong. Well, that's true, Sami Zayn said. You see, we're all sinners. Very few of us become outlaws. And you know, Medusa had to come out and she had to start shaming me and guilting me and scathing me for things I said that were right or wrong, things I did that were right or wrong. Why Medusa picked this time and this stead to do it is beyond me. You see, Medusa hasn't really done anything to be on looked for anyway. Oh, she may have been a former two-time TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, whatever the English word for Allegheny is. Some kind of borrowed word of some kind. Anyway, and I mean, when you think of it, Medusa hasn't done anything lately either, so her shaming and guilting me, Gene Okerlund, I don't get it. Well, Medusa has always been that way ever since she came to the TWF back around the end of 26 between YL from Game Again. She's always been that way. Well, Sami Zayn, I saw that you beat Medusa, and hopefully you're going to atone for every mistake and misdeed you may have done. Well, I made a lot of mistakes, Gene Okerlund. I made a lot of sins, Gene Okerlund, I guess. Yes, I want to atone for the sins and the mistakes that I made. I don't know about misdeeds, because I don't really think anything I did was unlawful. So anyway, if Medusa still wants to keep on bringing up the scathing and the shaming and the guilting, well, I don't mind having another match with her. I don't mind having another fight with her. Yeah, I may have not won the WWE Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. I may have not won the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. But if I work hard enough, Gene Okerlund, that's going to happen one day, sooner or later. Well, Sami Zayn, good luck on your upcoming goals, and I hope it happens for you someday. Well, thank you. That was my talk with Sami Zayn, or Samuel Zayn. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Sami Zayn here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it looks like it is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole for the Autolycus, the King of Thieves, and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Through.